Pleasure to see you again, my friend.
Ian just subscribed for 42 months. Oops, dropped something.
Pleasure to see you again, my friend.
DocSun just subscribed with Prime. 40.
Happy Monday, my friends. I hope you're having a wonderful, fantastic day. I hope things are going super well for you. I hope your day has been a good one. Yes, I'm answering questions, but I have to think about what they're being asked. But welcome in, friends. Oh, shit. My controller's pushing buttons. Oh, God. Oh, God, chat. Welcome in, friends. Thank you for the check-in, Kai. Thank you for the 33 months. I know at tier 3. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for the check-in, Cressida. Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you for the prime doc. I appreciate it. Hello, Jordan. Welcome in. I do see you there. Hi, Sevu. Welcome in. Welcome in. I shall drink water. I shall do some of the hydrating. Oh, I need to open that chat up, don't I? Oh, is it not on? It is not on. Ha 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 ha. Here we go. That. Look at me solving problem. Oh, it's not working. Chat, I broke it. Don't tell anybody, but I broke it. Okay, we're good. But welcome in. No, but it's fine. Jordan, you asked me the other day how I manage when I'm still feeling like shit. The answer is I believe in faking it till you making it. Don't really be like me though, chat. Do as I say and do good things for yourself and not be like me. Okay? Okay. Well, welcome in, friends. Welcome in. Welcome to Monday. Friendly reminder, today we are doing the Monster Hunter Wilds and Final Fantasy XIV Online collab in Monster Hunter Wild as it dropped today. Next week drops the Final Fantasy XIV portion of the collab. We'll be in 14 next week to do that whole shebang. This is going to be a closed lobby. It is only open to the community members. I appreciate you, Jordan. It's only going to be open to the community members that I've entrusted, so some Discord friends and so forth and so on. It's nothing personal. I just want to play with some friendos. You guys are awesome. You guys unlocked another tier in the September thing. Oh, I have to eat candy. I just had chocolate. It's gonna be so gross. It's called Chat Send Help. It's called you guys have to pick what the September reward will be. We'll talk about it more in the Discord, but if you have any ideas, let me know in chat. So it could be a one. Mute is a thing. Oh, I thought you meant me, and I was like panicking, and I was like, what? I didn't push anything. But yeah, so you guys unlocked the Chat Send Help, which means you guys choose the reward. We can talk about it in chat here. We can talk about it in Discord. Also, did you look into Valkyria? I did not, Jordan. I won't lie, didn't really have time. Today started out as a like, I'm so happy sort of day. Like, today's going well. I feel productive. I feel good. I feel great. And then at 4:55, 5 minutes before I was packing up, everything went to shit. And I stayed late and I hate it. And you know, again, crying in the car, always fun. Always recommended. I don't recommend it in chat. I'm just kidding. I'm just heavy sarcasm. I take my pills too. So yeah, fun stuff is fun. But we are here. We are trying. We're going to attempt to make today a better day, or this evening a better day. Chat, take your pills. Chat, take your pills. Tomorrow I'm in this like weird phase. So I don't have work tomorrow because I took off because I have a doctor's appointment. And I was going to work from home.
Thank you, but my work's not
What is
done
happening?
yet.
Who's doing Kai?
Well,
Stop it.
Thank you, but my work's not done yet.
Kai, thank you for the 10 gifted subbies to the community. You had Valorant gift you subs too. All right, well, while we talk about goals, you guys just. Thanks to Kai, I now am doing a Palace of the Dead solo run at some point. And I have to eat a crap ton of candy, which I will do over the course of probably 10 days. Because, please don't make me eat a shit ton of candy that's spicy. But I do owe 3 pieces. 3 pieces? 2 pieces. I can count. There, thankfully, are not. Thank you for the check-in perk. Welcome in. But chat, if you received a gifted sub from Kai, please make sure you say thank you. And I will hope you enjoy your ad-free viewing, your sub badge, and your emote slots. And guys, don't, because I legitimately will just cry today, because that's kind of where I'm at. I grabbed candy. I grabbed this one. It's called Polparandio. It's watermelon. It's called Sandia. You don't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about, Kai. I don't see. There's nothing there. Alright, I'm gonna take a picture of the thing that I'm eating. Boop. So guys, that chili mango lollipop. I just want to say that. And it was nasty, but I got through it somehow. Alright, so this is what, oh god! Let's see. Alright, this one starts out good, and then I think it has a chili powder inside. I could be wrong though. Maybe it doesn't.
Well, thank you, but my work's not done yet.
I know! Stop it! Oh, Jesus Christ. It's spicy. Alright, well, we're gonna fight. This is how I'm gonna kill Omega. We just breathing fire. You guys started a level 3 hype train? What the fuck? Stop it. Stop it. But thank you, Einar, for the 2 subs. I appreciate it. Guys, if you received a gifted sub from Einar, please make sure you say thank you. And I hope you enjoy your ad-free viewing, your sub badge, and your emo slot. I appreciate you, Jordan. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. I'm trying. I'm not gonna get into it on chat. I'm just going to be open and say it was a rough end of my day. I'm off tomorrow. We're hanging out tomorrow. We're playing Final Fantasy Tactics tomorrow. Stream's gonna be at noon. And yeah, that's where we're gonna be tomorrow. And tomorrow is also the last day of September. And I'm not gonna lie. September is usually like a crazy month, and this month has been so fucking stressful. I can't wait for it to be over and to be October. Also, if anyone knows that if they're hiring, I will not say no to that. But you guys unlocked me fighting the primordial Malzeno and Monster Hunter Rise. I know it's not Rise, it's the other one, Sunbreak, but it's happening. Chat, it's happening. Someone poke Hyde. Tell Hyde it's happening. Ew, what is sticky? Oh, it's ooze. Okay, well, it's oozing. Right. All right, so I need to make a counter. I need, that's 1, 2, 10, 11, 12. I'm making a thing in the Discord mod chat that says I have to eat 12 pieces of candy. Okay. This, Jordan, is called the Sacred. And it's a baby bird from Monster Hunter Wilds. I ride one. It's my mode of transportation, but this is his baby form. And I stole it from a village, and now it hangs out on my head. I have no notes for it, but I actually need to adjust it, so hold on. Boop. Oh, he's sideways. Well, he's gonna be sideways. Yeah, friends. So just a reminder, today, like I said, is a close community thing. Tomorrow we're playing Final Fantasy Tactics. Please send help. Wednesday there is no stream. Thursday there is no stream. Friday, Kai and I are back in Baldur's Gate.
A drink! We should make time for one.
President, thank you for the biddies! Guys, stop being nice to me! I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry, and this chili pepper watermelon thing in my mouth is weird. Hey, no worries, Jordan. You have a good night, okay? I'll talk to you later. Stop it. Oh, the stress out of you? I mean, that's asking a lot. I literally called my mom every Monday, right? And I know she got some really bad news yesterday. So I just wanted to talk to her, figure out stuff, whatever. I got on the phone with her 20 after 5 when I punched out. And I just ranted for like 20 minutes. And I felt so bad because I'm like practically on the verge of tears, like crying as I'm driving home. Switch the chili pepper to the mouth. Oh my God, it gets hotter. This stuff is spicy, yo. Mexican candy does not mess around. And I felt bad. Then finally we talked, and like she was able to tell me what happened with her with some stuff yesterday and everything. And oh no, it doesn't. What? I appreciate you, Jordan. Friends, thank you so much for the level 4 hype train. I appreciate it very, very much. If you got emotes, I hope you all enjoy them. Don't be scared to spam them into the chat. As Restream breaks my emotes. That's oh. Is that a ghost? With a hair thing? Alright, so we got a frog. And we got a whatever that's a shy ghost. Okay. I know our food at work is hot when my guys are saying it's spicy. So like in the center of this, Kai, in the center of this, there's like chili powder or something in it. And then they coated the outside in watermelon flavor. So like as you suck on the hard candy of the watermelon, as it vanishes, it gets hot. So my mouth would be burning a little bit. It's fine. We're fine. Clear my allergies out, you know? Alright. I'm dying. We need more. Hide! Guess what? Look! Look at what chat just did. Do you see what that says? Do you see what that says, chat? No, do you not chat. Do you see what that says, Hide? I make no promises or guarantees. So you better get ready. You better get ready, because I'm gonna be stealing you at some point. God damn it. Sorry about do your job. Remember when it used to get rid of it? I don't know yet, Hide. I will ping you and we'll figure shit out. I had planned no dates to anything, so we'll figure it out. What is this? Hold on. Okay. Clear that. My mouth is on fire. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. It like took it a second to do stuff. No, you're all good. You're all good. How'd your unicorns go? I tried lurking as much as I could. Guys, I'm breathing, I swear. Alright. Oh. Put my wings away. Alright though, friends. 3 out of the 10. I'm in! I'm in! That's not bad. Aren't unicorns like complicated projects, or can be complicated projects? Yeah, that's awesome. Build all the things with the peoples. All right. I am sorry we couldn't figure stuff out. Life has been shit this month. And there was no way. Last week, I stayed late at work and it sucked balls and... Okay. I'm eating food. So, friends, let me jump into a Discord call with Doc. Okay. How do you hope?
How are you?
My mouth is burning.
Yeah, I heard you were taking whatever.
Whew. Get my own stress for the wings. Ooh. Okay. All right, I'm gonna eat your food. So it sounds like it's just us for a hot second.
That's fine.
So we're gonna attempt. I gotta build things or something. You made the comment about the leggy weapon. I don't think I built the leggy weapon.
Well,
I think I worked on gear.
that's fine. It's whatever.
So
Just make sure that you have your, at the very least, have your mega demon drug and mega armor skin potion.
I will see. I should have it in my thingamabobber. I haven't used them.
Come on over.
Alright, let's see. Make weapon. Sword and shield.
You have any requests?
Ugh. Bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah, no worries. Tell Reverie I said hello. Probably would have been worth extra. Yeah. That is a burb on my head. This is a baby sacred. I stole him from a village. He's my pet now. He lives on my head. No notes. What did I come over here for? Leggy. Leggy! God damn it. So this is really considered better than the Ardian weapon? I guess, yeah, right? Because 308?
I mean, it depends on the Ardian build that you have and the monster you're fighting.
So we're going against Omega.
Lightning is good against Omega, yes.
I can't do the level 8 because I'm missing a piece. I don't have a shock strike.
Then make sure you're doing a level 8 weapon.
What weapon am I using? That's an excellent question. I think 7. Thank you, Savvy. Hi, it's my baby. It's a
Yeah,
baby
if you're not
ocean.
using a level 8, we're gonna be in trouble.
Oh, come on.
No.
Forge Ardian.
Ancient tech. I'll give it a go.
Okay. We'll do this one. And this one. And this one.
A sage choice.
Okay, I made Vertoloda Rarity 8. Right? Exactly.
Wow, you just threw that together in the worst possible way.
I don't know, I made a weapon.
Oh god.
Equip as primary. Sure.
We're gonna die.
Another satisfied customer.
That looks the same in my old weapon.
Yes, all Ardian weapons look the same until you layer weapon them.
boring. So then just think of it as my old level 7 weapon. I had paralysis.
Are you sure it was a level 7 with paralysis and not a level 8 with paralysis?
It was 100% a level 7 with paralysis.
Ugh, okay.
Because that was the last one I built. Hi, Manic! Alright. We can even... Hold up. Oh, wait, can you from here? Probably, right? God, I'm still eating that candy. My mouth is still burning. Oh, I guess I do have to do it from here. Hold on, let me go to my camp. Boop.
What are you trying to do?
Look at my weapon.
Oh.
Okay. I have 2 of the same weapon? What?
Yeah, one is paralysis and one is lightning.
No, they're both lightning. Oh, no, this one is paralysis.
No. But the paralysis was level 8, so you didn't need to rebuild.
Well, I did. The only thing is this has better affinity, but that's about it. This one does more damage.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put gems in it. Okay. How do I... Oh, there we go. I'm gonna put in... Let's see. What's a good decoration to piss Doc off with? I'll do an attack boost. I have to go 1. Increases fire thunder attack. That's a go 1. And increases elemental damage, fire, water, thunder when landing critical hits. That's a go 1. Or do I want? Oh. No, we'll do this one. Critical element. Okay. And then we'll put oh, earplugs. Okay. Let's go. Look at my badass girl. She ready? I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Go to quests, I guess.
No.
No.
No, there.
Or the thing.
Do you see the thing in the top right? It says go to Ice Shard Cliffs. Find
Oh.
Rove.
Okay. No, wrong button. Nope, wrong button. Go back.
There's a camp right near his house.
I went to base camp. I can't see. My mouth is on fire.
It's like the ancient room or something.
Yeah, I have it. Area 20. Got the 20. No, there's a second one I have to eat, but it's not. It's more like not taffy, but like taffy. Is that more like soft candy sort of style? Oh, but not as hot. Hey, look! It's a thing. Take that.
Your stamina will suffer if your body temperature drops. Warm up with a nice hot drink.
Okay, let's not click on Rove. That's
Well
cool.
met, friends, and my thanks for making the journey. I asked you here but for one reason alone. This talking artifact. It appeared without warning and utters the most confounding things, without a mouth at that.
Don't bite into
What
it.
say we examine it more closely together?
Sure, let's have a look.
Aye, that's the spirit.
I love Rove.
Fascinating. I've never seen an artifact
breathing
quite
fire.
like this before. Rove, did you say it could talk?
Listen for yourself.
Little spicy for you?
Its utterings continue as we
Oh my
speak.
god. We gotta fight Omega, Remy. Pray for me. I hate Omega in 14.
Gonna hate it here too.
Word.
Yep.
How is it able to vocalize? And does it contain some kind of instrument or sound box?
Uh-oh, we broke it. You know, my Palico looking like that doesn't...
Yes, right in the middle
doesn't make
of
me happy.
invasion and subjugation. That doesn't sound scary at all.
You dressed her.
I
We should have a look
know.
around, check for anomalies. You
She doesn't
never
usually
know.
talk.
I will remain here. Stay on your guard out there.
Let's make a hot drink
The
first.
shout flies are reacting.
Let's see where they
Probably a
take us.
good idea.
Stop trying to move my camera. Alright. Do I have a hot drink on me? I do! Okay. Alright. Take me to its leader. Oh shit. Don't get me lost, okay? I think the fact that it starts out watermelon and then moves to tiny omegas. It's like little spiders. I demand fire.
Lethal company. Biology and temperament unclear, but their behavior is abnormally hostile.
No, stop it.
The guild authorizes you to neutralize this threat.
I mean, oh look, they go down so easy. We were worried. Chat, look at this. Go down. Uh-oh. Oh, I can carve them.
Yes, you can.
I feel like that it's just icing on the cake. We just got these little baby omegas.
A lot of gunpowder.
Yes, shame I don't use it.
I mean, they make bombs.
Yeah, which I don't use. Alright.
You could also randomly get like a screw or something from them. I've gotten.
Head towards the new there's like a new see.
Yep.
Chat, if you read your quest line, well, to be fair, it's a new creature. I kind of assumed it was talking about the talking TV.
Hmm.
They resemble an obscure group of 17 megalithic artifacts, lovingly coined the Mega 17.
Ursula, fuck off. Oh no, Alpha! Omega, fuck off. But Alpha!
Oh my, it's in trouble. And
Quee?
can talk?
My little boy! Oh
No time to lose. Hunter, the guild authorizes you to slay the Nursilla.
no! Okay.
Understood.
I'm still my sacred though. I'm gonna slay the Ursula, yes!
First
I'm on my way.
That's fine, it's Ursula. I'm not super worried about it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I hate
I was
it.
gonna say it's not Nursilla. That first attack was not Nursilla's attack.
Yeah, but I don't know Nursilla's attack. Right? It's the bestest boy! We gotta protect the bestest boy! Uh-oh, I got webbed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ow. Ow. I don't like that. That's not a fun attack. Butters, if you want to just, I don't know, heal me or something, I'm not gonna say no. Spiders, guys! Thank you, Butters. Do it for the alpha. We fight the ugly bug for the alpha. It's so funny because I just liked the quest line in 14, but I stayed for alpha. And then that son of a bitch made me cry. I was so sad, but happy at the same time. I'm on its back! Yay, I'm on its back. That. That's better. There we go. I just played this game and I already forgot about wounds. You're leaving? Alright, let's go chase it. Oh, there's Marlboros too! Ew! Oh, that's really easy to dodge. I say that and that's cute. I like that. Guys, I always forget what buttons my shield do, like shield things.
Right trigger.
Right trigger? Yeah, okay. What? Ah, shit. I'm asleep. And I'm laser beam. Okay. Mother frigger. Oh god, not laser beam again! Hi Shadow, welcome back! I'm gonna die! Oh, I'm alive! Oh, I'm gonna get eaten. No, I'm not. Butters got me! Thank you, Butters!
You get one freebie death.
I am sure I'm not AI. Thank you, Butters. Where's my
Look, I'm a gooner, but I'm not that much of a gooner to date AI.
I am a robot. I cost less than whatever the sex bots go for these day and age. Oh god, I'm poisoned. Alright. I forgot a nullberry doesn't do what I need it to do! Ah! I'm okay. You gained its enmity. You can have it.
I did.
See, Waves is Waves in this game. Waves is not Maxia, and therefore, she does not want the enmity.
Oh,
What?
hit me, Waves. Hit me.
I can't. He hit me too. I don't. Is it really bad that I don't know what hit us?
It was her stinger. Her stinger puts you to sleep.
I had to fix my weapon. Alright, do my secret. Ocean, protect me! I gotta fix my weapon! Alright, we're good. Ooh, I see a wood on a foot. Yeah, cut that foot off. Fuck that foot. Are you leaving again? Who does the picto attack? Is that our cats doing that?
No, that's me.
Okay. Oh crap. The fact that Dracula doesn't have a castle cutscene. Dracula's cutscene count. Oh. But does that also mean that he cannot count? One button. I'm not dead yet, so I mean that's a perk. Last I checked, I'm 100% human with no inhuman parts. But I won't lie, AI parts would make my life so much easier sometimes. Go, sorry with your swingery. Yes, haha, I got your foot. No, I don't want gadgets. Fuck yeah.
Well done. It couldn't have been an easy hunt.
Oh, let me loot ya. Can I loot ya? I can't loot ya. Boo.
Tell us what's going on.
Free my bestest boy. Free him. You can't loot any of these dudes? That's a bummer.
I'm carving all of them.
No, they won't let me carve any of them. Weapon away. Weapon away. Weapon away. Weapon away. I just exploded. Thanks. Here we go.
Yeah, if they explode, you can't carve them.
No,
you have to.
but I wasn't
kill
trying
them.
to. There we go. For some reason, it wasn't registering the carcasses. Alright. I love how I get that there's still the pieces, though. Alright, guys, let's try the second piece. What did I get? Your solar certificate. Oh, this is nasty. Thank you for the hand putties! Animix, thank you! Right! Just have it auto do my work for me. That'd be cool. Guys, oh, this is nasty. Ah! Ah! Thank you for the head, Betty, Shadow Clone. That's rough getting down. Holy shit. Small monster slain 27 times. No points on the not Nursilla. Oh my god. Restraint detected. An agreeable course of action noted.
I'm just glad you're safe, whoever you are.
Thank you for the check-in, Orientis. Welcome in. I'm Omega, and this is my companion, Alpha. Alpha! It's not a secret. Who are you, and what information can you provide about this place we find ourselves in?
This will take some explaining.
I understand. Then it is as I surmised. We are no longer in the world of our origin. Look how fluffy he looks! I noticed Alpha's fluffiness level was higher than normal. Oh my god, he's so fluffy! There wasn't paid too much of heat. What matters is that we have come from far away. I love it so much. I'm rank 170 now. I'm not even 100. What's your opinion on anime? I watched anime for years. It wasn't until the last, like, 2 years, I guess? 3 years? 3 years? I haven't really watched a lot of it just because of time constraints. I don't like the duck. Oh my god! But Alpha's the cutest. He's the bestest boy. Yeah, we love Alpha. We protect Alpha at all costs. Tell us about yourself.
Could you tell us a little more about yourselves?
I just want him. He's so cute. Acknowledge, we're on our journey with a very specific purpose. Along the way, we've discovered an interdimensional rift, a tear in the fabric between worlds. Upon peering into it, I was quite surprised to make visual contact with a familiar being. To investigate, we leapt into the rift and crossed over to your world. Orientis, go and eat your dinner. Alpha's not going anywhere.
Good to see you might have visitors.
Sherry! Thank you for the raid! How was Hades 2? Welcome in! Ugh, guys, I'm burping gross chili pepper candy stuff. Quiet. Welcome in, Raiders! If we do not know each other, I am Riding the Waves. I'm a variety streamer, and today we're playing Monster Hunter Wild because it's collaborating with Final Fantasy XIV for a fight of epic proportion with Omega, who's awful. Who's awful. Starting to hurt. That's good. I mean, good that you liked it, not good that your wrist hurt. Shadow Clone. Final Fantasy XIV is an online MMO. But Raiders, doesn't matter. I started out on Twitch. Twitch will always be my preferred platform.
Bid you welcome.
Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I'm shrinking. Oh god. I'm shrinking! Slide myself back over. But Raiders, if you need to do anything post-stream, please make sure you go do it. We are all about self-care here, and I'll make sure you guys are eating, drinking, stretching, doing good things for yourselves. So if you have to raid and run, I totally get it. If you want to hang out and watch me get my ass kicked by Omega again for the bajillionth time, you're more than welcome to do so as well. I will be here. Okay. Familiar being? How did the Nursilla get you? Familiar being?
What do you mean, familiar being? Does it have anything to do with those small monsters?
It's a mallow! Affirmative, those creatures were manufactured by one of my compatriots. In the past, my homeland invested a great deal of energy in the conquest of other planets. To achieve this, they produced a variety of frames. The greatest and most elite of these was a weapon known as the Omega Frame. Yay, Omega! Love that, it's so great. It possessed the unique ability to evolve itself. It would begin by analyzing the structure, abilities, and behavior of opponents. It could then internalize and implement any data it found viable via advanced generative something. The same process must have created what you refer to as small monsters and an abhorrent Nursilla. Okay, but you said came compatriot. Does that mean you Negative. Admittedly, I have used the Omega frame in the past, but as you see, I am now a harmless model. Would it be clearer if we used unique identifiers? If so, you may call the other one Omega Plantis. While searching for planets to invade, some anomaly event no doubt resulted in its arrival here. Such an occurrence is not at all uncommon in space. Bleep. Hi, Mellow. In any event, Omega Plantis has scanned this planet and concluded it is subjugate has merit. It will now devote every effort to learning from your native life forms to achieve that conquest. Yay, conquest. Terry, look how fluffy Alpha is. He's so fluffy. How did the Nursilla get you?
How did you get yourselves all webbed up like that?
Webbed up. I surmise you mean the sticky fibers that restrained us. I have no good answer for you. Alpha aside, I, for one, offer no nutritional value as prey. Interestingly, had I not been caught, you may well have disposed of me along with the other weapons. Agree. I love Alpha. I love him so much. Which is valid.
Perfectly honest, this is
Both are valid. Are
even for us. But the thrust of it is
what's the word I'm
that a
looking for?
powerful being is trying to wreak havoc on our world, right?
Both are fine platforms. Good luck!
We have to stop.
I have a doctor's
Omega
appointment
Plantis.
tomorrow. Yours is better. All the good luck. It is self-evident that the invaded could resist. Something. Oh, Maggie is cute. Alpha has just pointed out that we have yet to reward you for saving us. Confirmed. If it pleases you, we will aid your efforts by providing what information we can. And one more thing. I came across this during my travels. It may prove useful in the something. Soul of Pictomancer.
Do you have any idea where we might find Omega Planetus?
Planetus. Oh, is it like Plantitas? Like it eats plant? Oh, that makes sense. Will likely to augment its power.
So, the strongest creature in the area. Oh no. Jinda.
That'd be my bet.
Then there's not a moment to lose. We depart.
I
as
gotta go
soon as
fight
we're
Jin
prepared.
Dahad. That was not part of the dad joke. You got it. Can I just carry Alpha? I just want to carry him in my pocket. All right, your dad joke is Grandpa. I have a dad bod. Dad, to me, it's more like a father figure. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Thank you for the dad joke. Yeah. Oh, you spooked a cat. Did you see the 14? Nope. Oh, I scared the cat by dropping stuff. Or Ines have seen absolutely nothing. I've seen the outfits in this one, and that's pretty much the extent of that. I get it, Mario. You obtained a Soul of the Pictomancer. Keeping this item within your item pouch will allow you to use Pictomancy. Push square to use Pictomancy to draw a picture, then bring it to life and attack your foes. Once used, it will go on cooldown. Doc, you locked the cat out, and she's not happy about it. She was sitting outside the door like, you bitch, you closed the door on me. I was right behind you. Yeah, rub their butt against the door. Show him who's boss. Mount, baby sacred minion, cart mount. Oh yeah! I heard them talking about the cart mount. Am I dead in the mount? Am I dead in the cart? I'm not gonna lie, that'd be pretty awesome. 20% toaster. Yes, nice. Hey, I know somebody else that's a toaster too. Push square to use Pictomancy to it goes in cooldown. By combining pictures, you can unleash the powerful Pictomancy spell Mog of the Ages. You can see pictures you've drawn on the canvas at the bottom of the screen. So like normal Pictomancy. Okay. Register Pictomancy spells to the custom Radal menu ahead of time to be able to use them quickly and easily. You obtained a soul. Yeah, that's fine. I never have owned YouTube a day in my life. Look at this bestest boy. Not you, Omega. I just wanna... Guys, I really missed an opportunity here. I just want to pet the alpha. Like, look how fluffy. And he's such a... I love him so much. Why is he so cute? Are you ready to depart? No, don't eat the duck. Let's go. Understood. Alma, your navigational assistance is requested. He's not a duck. He's a chocobo. He's a baby chocobo. We don't eat him. We love him so much. You can eat the robot.
I can barely see a thing.
That's Jindad for you. Alpha plush. I mean, to be fair, there is an alpha plush. I have one. He's adorable. An alpha plush of this game, I don't know. Hey, the head pets! Hey, you make the head pets. I appreciate it.
Not good. Take cover! Hurry! Come on.
Look at Omega. Buddy, she could have let him go. Yeah, I got mine from Japan. I got it from like Japan Amazon. We're not gonna talk about it. It was a couple years ago. But I have him in his little suit. Oh, check, you got it. Ugh. Ugh. I appreciate it, Shadow. Right? I feel like this is a good fight. Wait, I blinked. How'd I get it on its back?
You jumped on it.
Oh, why would I do that? It doesn't have a saddle. It's not a pony.
Because it was going to kill Jindad, and
Well,
you were
let
like,
him
nah,
kill
that's fine.
Jindad. He's not
There's
alpha.
no exact protocol.
Look at
for
that cute
this,
boy.
but authorization can be granted. I'll take care of it.
Are you a hero then? Don't murder me. Alpha, I love you. That's it. We're harnessing the Maxia with the nakedness and the sword and shields. Hi, Omega.
I'm on my way in.
You're good, no worries. Fuck off, fist. Fuck off, fist. Fuck off. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, I should have taken a cold drink! I am on fire. Oh, God. It's been better. It's been worse, but it's been better.
Don't forget, you can hit up on the D-pad to quickly call Ocean to get out of the way of stuff.
Dead! Woo woo! I needed a cool drink or a hot drink, and I forgot to take it. And I was trying to find it in my thingamabobber. Oh, it's yelling at me because I didn't call for support. I wasn't alive long enough to call for support. Let's be real here. Alright, where's my drink? Here, hot drink. Go. So Waves, like Maxia, believes in the less is more attribute, which is that she's naked, so therefore she does more damage. So, her plot armor is she wears none. Whee! Aw, I wanted you to ride it like a pony. Oh, crap. I was out of the zone. careful. It looks angry. I mean, it's Omega. I mean, I heard about people be like, the rapture was supposed to happen, and then it didn't. But other than that, that's about all I heard. Because I don't keep track of that stuff. I don't know, guys. I'm a guardian angel. I'm the first getting in. Yeah, and then you pants them. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, that's not a good spot to be in.
The shield over here will protect you temporarily if you stay inside of it.
What shield? Oh, that shield. I'm nowhere near that shield. Ugh. Yeah, I can hit you from here. Does he get wounds on him? Oh god.
Yes.
He does, okay.
Watch the legs.
I just did my normal, like, check for woundage and didn't see anything. So then I was like, I wonder if he gets wounds. I thought he did. Oh god.
Just run, run.
I'm
full run.
You put
That
me in
one
a
will-
corner, and then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, you're gonna explode. Thanks.
I mean, that's what you want with that. You want to be in the corner because then it stays away from everyone else.
Fuck you guys. I mean, lovingly. I don't want that. Where's my other one? That's annoying. Why can't I find it? Oh god, stop. I'm gonna die again. Cause I can't get myself to move. Oh, Jesus. Wait, why do I have my bow? What? 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 Oh, because on my sacred. God damn it. Ocean, get me out of here. I'm dead. Guys, I don't know how to use the bow gun.
Why did you switch to it then?
Because I didn't mean to. I was on my sacred and I forgot what button it was and I must have pushed it and didn't realize someone to go attack them. This one? There we go. All right, we're good. I'm riding the pony. Fuck yeah. Yeah, wounded back. Oh, god damn it. For 15,000 channel points, I will spin the wheel, and it could be anything from me doing a shot of vodka to playing Word with Friends to me being muted for like 3 minutes. Just a bunch of stuff. Hi, Robin. Ooh, nice. Robin, I'm dying. But I'm fighting the cutest. Okay, wait, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Don't keep me there, don't keep me there. I'm gonna die. God damn it. I just wanted to fix my weapon!
Damn.
Don't perceive me. Stop perceiving me. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Watch out.
Can't move. Thanks.
I'm alive.
Damn it!
You little bugger.
You ran away from the shielding one.
What shielding one? I was healing myself.
The little spider that is glowing, you don't want it to explode itself. You'd rather kill it yourself because you'll shield.
Like, I was potioning myself, and then I got thrown back by Omega.
What the shit? That was supposed to counter rush, but it didn't work. I was gonna say, Waves, you do not want to be attacking the head. Attack the feet.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, I can just punch it. Fuck, I'm gonna punch it. I will attack what I feel like, and I will enjoy every moment of its victory. Oh, tough buddy. Disabled by creating and destroying high enough number of wounds on Omega's legs. Okay. Oh, crap. And his legs. Girl, what are you doing? There we go. Okay, that's cool. I actually can't get to where that leg is. That's great. I was just attacking it.
Run away.
I'm
just
running,
full bore
I'm
run.
I'm running. Oh, fuck. Really?
Don't worry about it.
So rough. Oh my god. Alright. This. Do this. And this. And that. And then this. Hey Jordan, welcome back. Okay. on, girl, get up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, we go this way. Got a 1 wound. Finally. Holy crap. Not enough, but... Thank you for the check-in, Shadow. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Ow.
It does so much damage when it pulls ahead. Ugh, God damn it. Why am I fishing? Stop fishing. What? No. Leave away. It'll only work once a day. Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay.
Top off on all your drinks.
I am. I have all my drinks and stuff. I wasn't worried about that one. My issue. Those need to go in. And these have to come out. Here. Pull those out. Pull those out. That. Those. That.
I'm gonna set up our quest and add in the support hunters.
Okay. I already got the login bonus, didn't I? Okay.
You might have logged in just before this end of the day.
Oh yeah, theirs is like at 8 o'clock or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Okay. Alright. I'm good.
Alright. It's gonna post.
Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the quest is posted?
You should have gotten an invite immediately.
I might have missed it because I wasn't looking at the screen.
Shame.
Okay. All right, there we go. To be fair, I had said, give me a second. I need to do something. Standby quests. I mean, that could definitely do stuff to your back. Oh, I'm only like 103 levels behind you. It's fine. We're good.
You're fine. You did better than I thought you were going to.
Bitch!
For not seeing any of the attacks?
Yeah, because I know how to play a game. I didn't watch people play today, unlike someone who I won't mention who totally watched people play it. I am a VTuber. Hey Kai, you're in a fight! Nice. See, knowing I can punch the rocket makes me sad. Because I didn't know I could punch the rocket. I also wished I ran just a smidge faster.
We're starting to find an opening.
Did you get its face?
I don't have its face.
Yeah. Oh, Alessa did. Hell yeah, Alessa.
I was like, it's not even looking at me. Alrighty. Enjoy your snack, Shadow. Oh, we don't have our cats now. Shit.
Nope, you actually have to heal yourself.
To be fair, I was healing myself. I went through all of my potions in trying to heal myself.
But I also did take a hunting horn hunter with us. So hopefully they'll be able to heal.
Remy, it 100% Omega smashes me in the face. See, and this fight is why I refuse to do top. Like, you could not pay me enough to do top. Even if I went in my comfiest class as a summoner, I'd still be like, fuck that noise. I hate Omega. Oh my god, I gotta pick my weapon. Alright, let's not fall secrets. Why didn't my plush go off? Thank you for the plush. Why didn't it go off? That's an excellent question. I need to fix my weapon. I really don't. I'm 100% more at the bottom. Oh god, I'm exploding. All I wanted to do was fix my weapon! And my chocobo got yeeted out of existence. Love that for me. That's cool. Alright, do that. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, they do work. Thank you, music. There's this. Hydrate, you got it. And posture check, you got it. Sacred, you're supposed to keep me out of danger, not walk me right into it. Mine is pink. Mine will always be pink. Orange is a good favorite to have. me touch. Like I was attacking its back leg and then it moved and its back leg became unhittable. Like, what bullshit is that? It's a good favorite gem. It's a good color. I enjoy orange. It's just not my favorite color. Oh. Guys, my eyes tearing. My eyes been so fucked up today. What is happening? What is happening? You're gonna bomb attached to you. I'm good. I'm gonna go blind. During this fight. Oh no, it's what you with your eyes. Yeah. My left eye today has just been such a fucking disaster. And then I irritated it and it was totally bloodshot before. It was a mess. Oh god. Weapon. I don't remember anything. I have, what I might do is, before I go to bed tonight, I have an eye wash. I might eye wash it. See if that helps a little bit. Healing. I have this weird feeling. It has to do with my allergies, which I'm hoping the doctor will figure out tomorrow when I go see them. Through your lids. Oh, okay. Omega, can you put your stupid legs that I need to hit, like, in an area I can hit them? Toast. I am burnt toast. Goes with my cat. My cat is toasted marshmallow. See, you son of a bitch! Give me your butt! Give me your butt. Ooh, those sound real nice. Laser beam, laser beam, laser beam. Oh, he's moving. Of course he is. See, I don't know what happened, but like a few years ago, I got hit with really bad eczema. Like my hands broke out all the times. I was like, my legs were a mess. Every part of me was a mess. And then it kind of went away. Question mark. Knock on wood, it hasn't been an issue. Our leg has already been hit. Running, running, running. Keep running from Omega. Oh, that sucks. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I got to the point where, like, I felt like my body was disgusting. Oh shit.
You must hold on strong.
I'm doing something. I don't know if it's good though. That. Don't walk into the laser beam! Secret. Sorry, I can't. Because it was all over my hands and like on part of my arm, I felt like I had to keep everything covered. I had eczema, just plain old eczema. And just because my skin was sensitive and it decided to just be a bitch. I'm on fire. Alright, I need this. Get away from its face.
Quick first aid.
Eczema is a condition with your skin. It can be like dry and flaky. It can be bumps. But it's usually caused by, it can be called like allergic reaction or just like imbalance. And I needed like special lotions and nothing sensitive, like everything sensitive skin and all the fun stuff.
Check your cold drink because it went away.
I know, I'm getting there. Fuck my life. No! Get rocket punched. Fuck off! All I want to do is eat this stupid fucking ration. Thank you. Yes. Yes, it is, Jordan. Ow, not my body. He doesn't approve of a lot of stuff. That's why he's a bitch and I hate him. I'm not even hitting him anymore. Like, I could not. Oh god, I could not tell you. No offense taken. I will tell him you said that, Jordan. After we don't die from this fight. Whoa.
Watch out.
Fuck. Holy shit. Go away, Omega. No. Walk in the fire, don't 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 walk in the fire. Alright. Hi Jason, this is Monster Hunter Wilds. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Ooh, punch! Oh, Jesus. Ooh, hit it, hit it, hit it! Be productive! Yeah. Oh god. Ow, you! Take your stupid penalty and shove it, you dick! Alright, it's off me. I miss Butters. Cannot be removed while you have enmity. Well, good. I don't have enmity, so that's not a problem. Oh god, that's fire. I just want to hit his legs. I just want to knock him on his ass. There was a little orb attached to me, and I did not approve. What the fuck? Stop it! I'm busy!
Let me help you out.
Right? There's shit. Let's steal some shit.
Oh shit, here we go.
What is this, like
Come
fucking
here, nurse.
phase 2?
Nope, this is DPS check or die.
Oh, fun times. Love that for me. Oh, that's cool. Nothing like 1,000 fucking needles to my face. So we gotta kill Nursilla, right?
Yes.
Okay, we can do that. I mean, Nursilla is Nursilla, so that's okay. Ow. I advise you to slay Nursilla as swiftly as possible. Yeah. I think we should just burn it with fire, but what do I know, Chad? I'm just the spider hater. Oh, you fucker. I could have had full health. You are a dick. Get up.
Chuck, nope, we lose.
Sorry.
Damn. Oh, that's 2 of our 3 fates.
Whatever.
Well, let's see what happens.
Alright, I gotta fix my weapon.
And hot drink. And then on my way back.
Alright, and then I need this. And this. And that. Yeah. At least the AI in the game decided they felt bad. Alright, I'm heading back.
We're getting the Omega music now.
This. Ugh. I feel like this fight should have been in like an open field.
It is in an open field.
No, it is not an open field. It is in a small little baby field, and I hate it. Omega's a big boy. We died to it. So we go again. Guys, I want to win this fight, but I need garlic bread. It also eats the crap out of my weapon. Holy shit. I like garlic toast. Fuck off, you stupid. Yeah, Kai, heal me. Yay. Go down, you little bug. Oh, look at that little nook. Oh, never mind.
No! Oh!
I was fine, and then I wasn't, as there was a laser beam right in my face.
Damn it. And the game crashed for me. Okay.
What was I? Oh.
That was an unexpectedly fierce monster. Let's try again after some preparation.
This fight is a weird one. So, like, he's complicated? Because he's normally complicated. Yes. Thank you, Remy. Yep. He is, Maxie is here as well as Paladin. Though I won't lie, part of me is like, I wonder if I'm better off as a dual blade because I'm faster. But...
If you're not using the shield, then yes.
To be fair, it is not that I'm not using the shield. It is that I'm not fast enough with this fight. Because his attacks are fast, and I find, see, my thing is I'm already getting animation locked, and I'm getting hit with the stupid like floor blasts. If I go dual blade, I'm gonna get really animation locked. So I'm like, I don't know. It's like either way I'm fucked, because this is just a rough fight. I mean, he moves a lot, he lifts his legs, he does that laser beam, then he moves the laser beam. But he doesn't always move the laser beam. He only I can't range for shit, Remy. But yes, probably. I've never ranged in this game. I don't know how to do it. Yes, right? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I know Doc wants to complete it. I'm not in any rush. I'm gonna prog it like I would prog any other fight.
No, I think we did fine with the 2 support hunters. We're doing just fine. That we got to the damage check. If we could actually beat that and not stack 2 deaths.
What we need to do is, honestly, when Nursilla comes out, Nursilla needs to be in the middle of the arena, because Nursilla got dragged to the corner and then decided to do all of its stupid like floor shit. I couldn't get close enough to it, and then when I got close enough to it, I didn't get to do anything to it. And at that point, the fight's already over. So like it needs to stay in the center of the field. So if you're gonna have aggro on it over me.
I'm not. The NPCs have it.
The supports might, but you have a better chance of ripping it off of them than I do. But it needs to not be in that back corner, because that was awful. I need a moment, and then I'll be right back.
I'm just waiting on my thing to fix itself, and then I'm gonna come back.
All of a sudden, like that's literally my issue, Remy. It's like all of a sudden I got really sneezy. I'm like, why? Why? I can't wait for tomorrow's appointment. I really hope they can figure it out. Oh my god. I can't read when it's gonna fly, and I can't read where it's going to go. So it likes to punch me in the face with its face.
Sevi, are you gonna join us?
So he's playing with Reverie right now. And then we'll join us later. There's a different type of it. One for reading. One just for writing and one for both of them. Okay. There's an ad that plays every hour, Shadow, and it plays for 3 minutes. I just like to breathe and see out of my left eye. It kind of helps.
Alright, I'm relaunching the game.
Okay. I'm eating garlic bread.
I hope I don't crash again. I mean, I'm glad I didn't crash in the middle of the fight, still.
Uh-oh. Reinstalling. Hi, Mystic!
What happened?
Which is valid.
Wait, do I have to recompile shaders?
Hope you had a good day at work, Mystic.
Should we take a break? Good
How's
idea.
my food doing? Should probably eat. I got 20 minutes left on it. It needed to be toasted. Like, it needed to be warmed, but I was lazy and just ate it the way it was. I just want a pet Alpha. I'm still mad that it's
Well,
not an option.
shit, I might be out for 20 to 30 minutes.
Fun times.
Because the shaders are recompiling.
So you're saying I should just go by myself and see how far I get? Cool, cool, cool.
I mean, you could turn it on so that all the support hunters come in.
I could. That is something I could do. But I mean, screaming at my life. Well, maybe I'll do 2 supports and then Butters.
That doesn't happen. It's either you only get Butters if there's only you or 1 extra.
No, not your pizza! No, we're keeping Alpha. Alpha will be around forever.
Well, what can I do for you?
Right. Oh, I came in my tent to eat, and then I got sidetracked by the stupid messages that was popping up. I want to grill a meal. I want to make a meal with Ashen. Okay. Wouldn't even launch. Wow. Are you on PC as well? Right? He's so cute. I wonder if it's just like super crowded. If like the servers are just nuts and that's why they're just struggling to like, load stuff. I don't know.
I mean, I read that as the game won't open, not even attempt to connect.
Oh, if that's true. Well, then I'll keep the duck because he's alpha and I love him and he is the bestest boy ever. Where am I doing with this? Saying some kind of pack issues? Not pack issues. I don't know technology, so I'm going to nod. 3:55 minutes. Yep, you can do that. If you're gonna put in the microwave, don't put water on top of it. Put a cup of water in the microwave. Because the attitude is you use the water to rehydrate the crust. But you don't want to put it on top. You want the microwave to like create moisture for the pizza. But it won't be crunchy. It'll just be warm. All right, I ate food. Or here's the hot take, chat. Eat it cold. Cold pizza's amazing. I mean, but you know, that's just me. Damn. Letting Tina at a LAN party. Maybe you should. Maybe we should have had a LAN party. Come on over. We'll plug you in. Right, cold pizza's so good. I've been doing that for my lunch. It's so good.
Let's get to work then.
All right. Chad, I don't know what I'm doing, so we're just gonna push some buttons, hope for the best. So, how would one... Oh, on Wednesday, I'll share the pictures and how I feel about Zane. Okay. You should tell me that he's your bestest boy ever and you love him. But that's just
Happy
me.
to help anytime.
Wednesday, I hope to bring him home. What?
Are you trying to figure out how to get the support hunters?
Yeah. I've never
Post
had
your
to do it.
quest. Post join quest.
I did that.
Well then cancel your quest then, because you skipped a step. You went too fast, but I can't see your screen 90% of the time, and
Well,
when I can, it's like 30 seconds delayed.
That sucks to be you. Oh, here we go. Do I just switch it to only support hunters?
Correct. And then when you fire off your SOS flare, only the support hunters will come. But you can select the ones you want, and I recommend the hunting horn and the lance, and then whatever other one you want. Because that way you'll have a tank and a healer.
Automatic SOS flare. That's what I'm going to do because I don't know how to set up my flare. And then, how do I set how do I pick who I want?
Select support hunters.
Oh, down here. Gotcha. All right. We'll take Kai because Kai, and then. Ooh. Yeah, that's not good. You probably had an issue with Assault. I can't do Fabius. I don't know who he is. Oh, do the seasonal event. Let's see. Who do I want?
I suggested Alessa as the other one.
But my wife.
No, take Olivia as your third. That's fine.
Yeah, I get 3, right. Olivia, you guys can fight.
Because I'm stuck here optimizing until this is done, so go for it.
Alright, we're good. And then we pick, and we depart. I have my wife! I get your shit together! Ugh. Salt is really good. Mustard is really good. I do like a little bit of spicy brown.
This is what it takes to keep everyone safe.
Okay. Let's go, wife. Let's go fight Omega. It's a seed, and you ground it, and it creates mustard. You add the seed of a mustard plant, and then you add vinegar and so forth. Other things. What the fuck hit me? God damn it. I was out of that.
We're certain to find an opening.
I need to move, so if I could just get out of here right now.
Echo bubble deployed. Make good use of it.
Right? Olivia is such a bae. She is me wife. I has no notes. Omega foot. You may call me Monoko because I'm kicking your foot. Wrong foot, wrong foot, wrong foot, wrong foot, wrong foot. Stop moving! That back leg is mine! Fucker. Really? I was under. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
I'll do what I can to hold its focus.
Nope. Fuck off. Nope. I'm gonna die. Yay! I'm alive. Just gonna pop that in my mouth real quick. Okay. Boop. Oh, that's not what I want to do. That's not what I do. That's not what I do. That's not what I do. Get me off the sacred. Nope. Nope. Motion. I love you. Get me off. And heal me, Kai. I can't die if I'm healed, you know what I'm saying? Crap, okay. It's leaving! It's leaving. I can do things like fix my weapon! That's important. Eee. And then this, I take these, and that, and those. Olivia, how the fuck did you get here so fast, girl? I stayed with love. Fire. Ledge beam. Alright, now we need to kill the thief. Oh god. Oh, so close.
You have to hang on.
Don't give up on me yet.
Thank you for the check-in, Memlon. Welcome in. Give me your chicken wing. Actually, more like a turkey leg. Maybe a chicken wing.
I'm out there. I'll do what I can.
I want to be there. Ooh, I hit something on it. Oh, of course, I hit its face. I was supposed to go for the legs, and I wound the face. Ocean! 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 Respond to me. Thank you very much. Avoid the fire. Ugh. So my original name was Female Fighter, and I changed it years ago to Running the Waves because I want to be published. My stories that I write tend to involve depression, and I believe in depression being like waves. You have your upper tide, your lower tide. So there we go. Plus, I like names that start with fuck. They don't start with fuck. That's not what I meant. That start with like the first and last letter is the same. That's something my friends and I do. That's why music's name is the way it is for her, and so forth. It's just something my friends and I have done for years. Chat, I am slightly reading messages, just a heads up. I should have put my prog thing up. Oh god! Fuck off, 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 fuck off. Oh god! This way. Oh god damn it! Oh god damn it! Ugh. Okay. No.
You got very lucky with that beam that it got cut off on the rock.
Oh fuck! I hate it. It puts me in the middle of it, and I can't get up fast enough. Oh Jesus Christ! All right, hold up. Let me go.
By the way, you know, like I said, you can press up on the D-pad to call your bird to grab you from the ground, right?
I was doing that before, and my bird was not coming to save my life, so I just dealt with it until it could come and save my life. What the fuck? This one. That one. What's that? Oh, that's Robbie. Never mind. I took it anyway, though. Alright. Let's go, Ocean. Whoop. And then my weapon is fine. That is fine. Let me put this in my system. My opinion is it's good. I try to drink at least like 30 ounces a day. I should drink more, but I'm naughty. Okay? Ugh. Oh, Kyrie Bird's back. Oh, don't walk into it! 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 Thank you for the head pets. Aw, you guys destroyed all the wounds! Everyone should drink water. It is good for their bodies. It is good for the soul. Oh god. Oh god. Use sword and shield! Become a paladin! Fuck. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up! You're just a little late to the party there, Ocean. And we walk in to the fucking AoE! This is why I don't call the bird. This is why I don't call the bird. This is why. Picks me up and drops me right off into my death. I quit. Ocean, I love you, but you get me lost and you get me murdered. Alright, do this. Yes, become a paladin. Join me in our endeavor. Ugh, what? I did that. Do that. Thank you. Alright, you're good. That's fine. Why did we stop running? Continue to run. I was sprinting. I didn't tell you to stop. On fire. Put me out, 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 put me out. I need better equipment. I made the laggy gear. I'm trying to think if I actually set up the laggy gear. I'm also wondering if my other gear wouldn't, or my other weapon wouldn't have been better, for the simple fact that it has the regeneration feature, and this sword does not. Get out of the way, 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 get out of the way. You stepped on me, you hoe. I did not give you permission to step on me. Come on, wife, let's do this. Let's see, Omega consent. I mean, I have a cockatoo. A cockatoo can sit in my head in real life. In fact, she likes to do that. It's something that she's always done. No. Why are your eyes on me? Uh-oh. Okay. Are you leaving the area? You bitch. Ocean! I was really worried. I saw the fire and I was like, please don't tell me my name is Fire. That would really suck ass. If we're talking instant ramen, it would be chicken. If we're talking like in a bowl made from a place, like a straight up authentic, it's miso. Fuck. Olivia! You're not supposed to tell me that after I get punched in the face! Alright, I'm gonna just vibe over here for a hot second. If we're getting to the penalty though, I'm wondering if we're not getting kind of close to that DPS check. Alright, cut these off.
Echo bubble deployed.
got greedy, chat. I can't deny that. Bye. Don't. Hi, Sebby!
I love that.
You thought you could be sneaky and I still caught you. Ha ha! You guys win?
We did not.
I won't lie, if I win, I might cry.
You've gotten further than we did. At least from what I can tell from looking at your stream.
The laser beam in the face. It's like frog, you know, you just gotta keep frogging it.
No, yeah, exactly.
And curse them out every time.
True.
Oh, what am I doing? I activated a potion. Oh, wait. I didn't want to put my weapon away. God damn it. Alright. Nope, 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 nope. Fuck. I need to fix my weapon. I got Ursula out. Ooh, weapon, weapon.
Well.
Fix it. There we go. No, god damn it. Ride the pony! Fuck my life. Secret, I don't want you out with my. Give my weapon back. There you go. Leave me in the face. I'm gonna totally die to this DPS check. 100%. Something about Olivia saying, don't get hit now as I die and get the duty complete or failed. You know, it's kind of perfect. Thanks, wife.
I'm glad you're all right. Take a second to restock your supplies before heading out.
All right,
okay?
Doc, you set up a quest, right?
I already started one from my own while I was waiting for you to see if you would get through it and beat it.
Okay. Then let me grab a Sebby. Okay, Shadow. Thanks, I guess. So give that she's an monster. I've heard about the Doritos.
2 tabs to the right.
2 tabs to the right.
Or 1 to the left. That's the lobby.
Here we go. I was getting there and then I stopped and then I was like, okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, I have to re-invite Doc too because he got booted.
Yep.
Boop. That's okay what it is because by the time Doc dies, you'll be all good. And then I'll steal you and then it'll be the 4 of us. I have dreams all the time, Shadow, and some of them are vivid and some of them are not. Some of them are weird as fuck, and I question what I was smoking. The answer is nothing, which makes it worse. Alright, so how are you? How was work?
Do you have any requests?
It was aight. Very, very start and stop at the moment, but so it goes sometimes.
Is your job hiring regulatory by chance?
Okay, bye.
Preferably work from home because it's so far away.
It's funny you say that, because they're actually relocating their headquarters next year.
Oh.
Going out a little bit southeast.
They're going more central.
Yeah, a little bit.
Alpha, pretend I'm petting you because you're so fucking soft and fluffy. I'm glad the game mentions like how fluffy Alpha is.
For real though.
Like he's just the bestest
Like the
boy.
fact that they specifically call it out is hilarious to me.
I noticed he was extra fluffiness, and you're like, oh, okay. He's just the goodliest of boys. Oh, that reminds me. I need to look at something. I got an email about something not being accepted, but then when I went into it, there was no, like, error. Here we go. Got it. You know what? I will say... Fuck it. Do it the other way. Okay. Perfect. That's done. That. My food stopped, right? Yeah. I can never remember if food stops in all baselit camps or just certain ones. And I'm like, alright, I'll just take a gamble. No, don't create an account! No! No! I already have an account! Log me in! Go back. Next. Yes, that's fine.
Today's barrel bowling layout is cursed.
Oh god.
They also still haven't patched out the issue where if you... I say if you barrels just aim jank when you attempt to throw them. And you'll throw them and they like snap downwards to the ground sometimes.
You're like, that's not where I wanted you to go at all, actually.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm throwing outward. I expect the barrel to go outwards, not leave my hands and then accelerate as if gravity is suddenly multiplied by 5 times.
They're just like, fooled you! Because you'll say there's a
Meanwhile,
glitch, and
if
they'll
you
be like,
aim,
no, it's just a skill
if you aim more down,
Hmm.
sometimes that makes it go outwards and explode on impact.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, but why?
Oh, yeah, barrel bowling seems so random to me.
Yeah.
Well, Shadow, I hope you have a good night regardless.
I made it to the DPS check and died.
But see, that's
my first death.
You know what? You know what? That's fine.
Ow.
Nope, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. So I've decided I love watching people play Silent Hill, but Jesus. That game is like terrifying. Actually, I don't think it's terrifying. I think it's super dark. Like, I watched someone play the other day and there was like burning and just terrible things. And I don't remember Silent Hill being that dark. Alright. Good luck on your farm! One more thing. Favorite weapon in month. It's between dual blade. I like dual blade more than sword and shield. But sometimes I'm not all that well equipped to deal with it. Are they? I've only seen parts of Silent Hill. But like the one person I was watching play F, like it's pretty gruesome. I liked it for the parts of like things change kind of as you, like, you're in a room and you see the room one way, but then you turn and it changes, you turn back and it's like just changing every time you turn. Like, those are really cool. But the game as a whole terrifies the crap out of me, and I'm good. Oh, it's the bedroom. Shit. I need my hoodie, chat. I have not seen the... This is me. I'm the scaredy cat. I don't watch scary movies. Stuff. My hood, thank you for my hood, Remy! Remy, I'm grabbing chocolate milk. Thank you. It goes with my other outfit. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta cover the ears. Have a good night, Jordan. I will talk to you later. Doc, you dead yet?
No.
Chad, I love hearing the panic in his voice.
I think we just changed rooms.
You think?
Well, no, I didn't know what he was doing initially, and then I'm like, what is happening? And then I'm like, okay, no, it's moving.
For a second, I thought she was wearing the fat cat hoodie, and I was like, oh my god, she's not. She's just wearing a hood.
Imagine if that was part of the collab.
That'd have been adorable. Also, a really good way to have you, like, buy their merch.
Yeah, no, it's just good advertising. Oh, give me a sec.
Try to have a cookie. This is what happens when I don't eat a proper dinner. I'm snacky.
Joke on you. I snack even when I do get a proper dinner.
Same, but like I'm extra snacky.
I'm just a grazer.
Hmm.
I just tend to eat in smaller chunks as it is.
I was in such a mood. Dog's like, what do you want for dinner? Nothing. Eat. Fine. I want green beans.
That is incredibly specific.
I'm like, I just want green beans. And then he gets some cooking. I was like, oh wait, we have bread. I could have made peanut butter. He's like, eat with the green beans. No, I just want green beans.
It do be like that sometimes. I am frequently struggling from the, I'm hungry, but I have no idea what I want to eat,
Oh
and
my
therefore
God.
I'm going to take ages to actually find something to eat.
I'm hungry, but I hate food. Nothing looks appealing.
It's not even that so much as just like, it's a mixture of, do I actually want to go to the effort to make anything, but also there's nothing that's really close by where I am. So it's like a 10-15 minute, if not more, ordeal to go get anything.
I feel that.
Because I live on like the borders of 3 town outskirts.
Yeah, you got Dunkin'.
So I have to.
All you have is Dunkin'.
Dunkin' and Domino's, and that's it.
It was so funny how
And
many
the
we
Domino's
passed.
is like incredibly understaffed, so half the time I'm waiting twice as long as what I realistically should be.
I hate that. That's how it was when I lived with my brother. And my brother lives like in a popular town off some major roads, and that Dunkin' would take forever.
And it's like, you can't even really blame them, because you know it's because they're understaffed.
Yeah.
And
It's like, we only have one delivery driver and 12,000 pizzas, and we're like, oh, shit. I only get mad with them when they tell me my order was delivered and there's no food. And I'm like, did you deliver it to the wrong place, or did you not deliver it and it's on its way and you just said that it was delivered? Like, do I call you or do I not?
yeah. The worst part for me is I don't know if they're like putting this in manually just to like not get flagged for poor turnaround times or something in their systems, but like I'll order ahead and then I'll go to pick it up and it'll say it's done and they haven't even put it in the oven yet.
Ew. Like, I know,
and I don't know if that's just their system assuming that, oh, the order is X old and automatically marks it as put in the oven and so on and so forth.
Like, I know the tracker isn't accurate because people have made the comment, it's just like there. It's just to make you feel like, oh, look. But at the same time, if I know I'm picking up a pizza at 5:30, don't be putting it in the oven at 5:30.
Exactly, yeah.
A couple times I've had to wait, but it's never been more than like a couple of minutes, just because they're busy and they need someone to like grab it and like shove it in a box real quick.
Let me tell you the worst of it that I've had so far. After the Ren Fair, I ordered a pizza before I left the fairground. I got there, and it's like a 10-15 minute drive. And I was there waiting for another half hour at least.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
And again, like, they had like 3-4 people in house and there were a bunch of orders. So, like, it's not necessarily on them.
Yeah.
So I get it. Especially having worked at a Papa John's, you know, I absolutely know how it is sometimes. But at the same time, it's like, yo, this order was marked complete half an hour ago.
Yeah.
And I'm still here waiting.
The thing is, like, if you're now there physically waiting, get it out faster.
Yeah.
Like, the best way to not have a disgruntled customer is to not have the customer in the store.
Yeah.
Oops. Sevi, I just want you to know that my autocorrect has just changed your name to Sexy. So now your name is Sexy.
I mean, wouldn't be the first time.
I give it no notes. I'm like, yep, that's correct.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I got Target on its last legs.
Okay.
Me,
All right.
I'm a better player, baby.
Jesus, son.
I tease with love.
Do you?
I do, because I have Alpha here, and Alpha just makes me happy. And all his fluffiness.
No, she's got a point.
Like, you just can't be angry when there's an Alpha around. Yep. Renver gang. Alright.
Oh, okay.
Gang. Alright. Guys, tomorrow I'm playing Tactics. Remember me.
Final Fantasy Tic Tacs?
Yes. I didn't know if I was gonna get a copy, but it's digital, so I will. I thought it was Amazon. Apparently I was wrong. It was gifted to me as a digital. So I'll be playing that tomorrow. Okay. Ooh, she's cute. Look, if I'm gonna wait for Doc, I'm gonna make a glam. Maybe layer my weapon to be something less shitty. That could be something nice. Weapon appearance.
Glam is always the true end game.
Right? Oh, wait. I thought you could glam the weapon.
Only if you're only if you have the maximum level of the weapon crafted.
You pieces of shit. I hate this game. Fine, I'll just change my gear then. Rude. It's like, wait, what gets you mad? Not being able to glam my weapon. Alright. That reminds me. I also need to see. I made gear yesterday. I don't know if I updated it. I didn't! That is part of my problem! I'm so smart. But I gave myself earplugs, even though Omega never screams. Alright, now how do I change my stuff? Change. Ow! Audie, that hurts! Don't do that! Ow! Change equipment. Okay. Change this. What did I make yesterday? Yeah. Yeah, that's going to hurt. Alright, we're going to... Oh, wait, no, this is better. This is technically rarity 8. Well...
Oh, this thing is wild towards the end.
It's only 7 points. Alright. Wait, what? Now I'm confuzzled. The weapon that I was using had regen on it. But
Regen?
like for, if you like hit, you gain health back. That was the build.
That was a set bonus, I think.
Yeah, that's a set bonus.
But if my set hasn't changed, I should technically still have the bonus, right?
I think it's the Zoe 2-piece. No, it's the Arkveld.
Yeah, it's 2
Well, it
piece.
depends. It could also be the Numinous.
Yeah, I have the Numinous set up, and I have the Arkveld stuff set up. That was the whole reason of the gear that I was using.
Oh.
Was for the regen.
Yeah, that's what it is. Hasten recovery and super recovery.
But I didn't...
And then you have the speed heal charm as well.
I guess I just suck at this fight so much. I just didn't see it. Noted. Okay. Then I will take back my 7 points of damage and I will use it. Because I was looking and I was like, oh, well, I'll just, like, fix my shit. Nope. Have your haircut tomorrow? Nice! Go get flip-flop. Oh, don't get flip-flop. Go get a haircut. Cut my hair off too, please. My hair is so fucking long.
I still need to look into getting a Japanese straight perm.
If I could just, like, leave it. See, anything like that, as soon as I go to shower, like, even if I don't shower for 24 hours, like, my hair's gonna get really oily. So within, like, 2 days, go eat, Remy!
Well, that's the thing about the... Well, I mean, you saw how my hair got after being out in the humidity for a bit.
Yes.
I literally have ringlets after my hair gets damp, which is part of why I want to do the straight perm, because the Japanese straight perm is, like, it's actually permanent. It actually changes the composition of your hair. So it's not like you hop in the shower and you have to straighten it again. No, it's actually permanent.
Okay, well, if you get it done, I don't want to ask how much, but please tell me how much. Ballpark.
I've had it done once before, and it was like 400. But I don't know if it would be that expensive up here.
It's gonna be that expensive up here. God damn it, Jersey. Just make stuff cheaper.
I don't know, because, like, I was looking at a place further up north, like, almost on the border. And they didn't have a specific price listed on their website, but they had, like, various treatments and stuff that were all pretty intensive, and they were listed at, like, 200 and change.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know if it would be that much more than that. Again, they didn't have a price listed for that specific treatment.
Okay.
Actually didn't they had a thing on their website where you could set up appointments, but they didn't have that listed. So that's probably a by request only type thing, which means they probably only have 1 or 2 people there that can do it.
They're like, it's gonna take us forever, so look ahead. Thank you for the hydrate and the check-in.
Yeah.
Like, my hair is sort of wavy. Not fully wavy, but sort of wavy.
I was about to say, your hair is not as bad as mine in that department.
No, mine gets, like, when it gets humid, it gets really frizzy. I get a lot of like, not baby hairs, but that sort of like, there's just loose hair
Flyaways.
everywhere. Yeah, it's just nothing but flyaways. So, and the thing is like, I end up 9 times out of 10 when I go out, I end up straightening my hair anyway because it's more manageable. It just looks a little nicer. But, ugh. I don't mind straightening
You just use a flat iron? Or?
Yeah, I just have like a normal straight iron, which is fine. Like, it does the
Damn it.
job.
I couldn't do it.
Ran out of time?
Did you?
All 3 deaths were in the last section of the fight because he just doesn't stop. It's like 15 missiles in a row. Like, I can't block them. I have to dodge them all.
I was surprised Panto popped up as early as it did, and I'm like, oh, they pulled out all the stops for this one.
Oh, we're getting serious now, folks.
Okay.
And my statement stands. Fuck Omega.
And this is not even like the hard version.
Yeah, no, there's a savage.
Yeah, I want to try it just to be like, haha, but like I don't want to try it with a team of like.
I
want to
really want to do it. I really want to do it because the Omega MF armor set comes from that.
Oh, does it?
The insect glaive and the sword and shield come from that.
Well, I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do then, because I want the glam.
The Kinsect comes from that too.
Have a good night, Cherry. I will talk to you tomorrow. Good luck on your interview. We should. We make plans.
And I mean, you know, fair is fair, because in World, the Draken armor, the layered armor, was locked behind the Extreme.
Yeah.
So
I went back and cleared it after the fact.
I was about to say, cleared it in Iceborne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
I'm
I'm a
actually not
baby.
sure if I ever did clear it. I know I farmed up the bits and bobs just to just to make the master rank version of the glaive, just because why not? And also to make the layered version.
Yeah. I posted it. I'm gonna run for bio and then.
I'll be ready in a second. I went into glam hell.
As you do.
And I'm like, I think I'm gonna
Oh, that looks pretty good though.
Right? I'm thinking of the top, but I just need to find like the perfect skirt. I wish I could have made the shirt a crop top, because that's like more the style that I want, but because you know.
Oh. Posted, but unable to join due to multiplayer settings.
That's Doc. He set up the thingy. I'll yell at him when he gets out of the bathroom. Alright. I guess, you know what? We'll just stick with this. This is fine. Okay. Now I won't lose myself. I have bright fucking blue hair. I really love the big ass ponytail. I just wish I could two-tone it to match my girl's hair so I could do the maroon with the blue streaks.
Yeah. Lost connection with server? Oh no.
Hello.
Thank you. He's not answering me.
What?
We had to contact you. There was an issue. The way you have the thing set up, Sevi couldn't join the party or the quest.
Well, invite me to your link party first.
There, I did invite you to the link party.
I also just got booted from the lobby.
I saw that.
Coming back in.
All right, throw you.
You have to re-invite me. It's been too long.
I am inviting you. You're invited. And then I really invite Sevi because Sevi just popped back in. Okay.
Zip.
Yes.
Cool.
now if I do it...
Keep forgetting this game has in-game voice chat too.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have mine turned off.
I think mine's
Yeah,
already turned
yeah.
off. Hopefully, if you hear echoing, let me know. Give me 1 second, though, guys. I'm gonna run to the restroom before we get into this fight.
Okay.
But yeah, this last portion of the fight is just rough.
I'm actually gonna go ahead and bio myself, just preemptively.
Alright, I'm back.
Yep.
What part? Should be good. Orin, are you good yet? I'm checking to see if our fourth has compiled shaders.
I'm back.
Okay. I'm just waiting to see if our fourth has compiled their shaders. I don't think so. I haven't gotten an answer. Okay. Okay, Madoki. Gonna go fight.
How shall we die this time?
In fire. On fire. On and in fire. And maybe a laser beam.
Good to have you.
Oops.
I'm a chicken tender,
Chicken tender.
ready to fry.
Alright, I want this.
Really? No sneak attack? Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, from as far as me and the people I was running with can tell, you literally cannot sneak attack them.
I mean, to be fair, it is Omega. God damn it. Wow, great start, me. Great start, me. Queek, queek.
Ow.
Gonna grab our support hunter.
I honestly thought you did that.
I forgot.
Crap.
Ow.
Someone draws its attention. We're certain to find an opening.
I'll just pop in here, get the potion, you know. Oh, never mind. He's a bit.
That helps.
good. Does Kai have aggro?
No, no one has it yet.
No one has aggro. That's just rocket punch.
Okay. Why did it fake? Hammer, why did you do that? Why did you move? Fuck.
What the?
Phasing.
Yep. That's good at least.
Yeah, sure. My 10 damage did lots of damage, and I'm sure we're gonna win the fight now. So, confidence. This is what I wanted.
Really? Rude.
Oh my god. Oh, you bitches.
Yeah, special ones.
Move.
Panto.
Get up. Yeah, that sucked. I was stunned. And I couldn't get my ass up. Is there a faster way to break the stun?
No.
No, just deal with it. Alright.
Swore I already drank a hot drink.
Whoa.
Yes, broke its face.
Sadly, it doesn't count for the optional.
Face again.
That's 2 legs down.
Sweet.
Ow, the feet can still get in there?
Yeah, physical attacks can still
Did you get the third leg?
yeah.
Okay. I noticed he went down and I was like, I don't know where the leg was. my face. Oh shit. Oh shit. Woo!
Can't move! Thanks, that helped.
Oh, never mind. Okay. No, no, no. Stop moving your legs so much. Jesus.
Ow.
Ow.
Get clear of it.
Ugh. Ah. This, that, those.
You can lure it over here.
Just stop.
Phasing.
All right. Tap up on your hot potions.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some heat mantle bugs on the wall.
Come on, girl. Move, 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 move. Ugh.
Ah! Damn it. He moved.
Yeah.
Do we need those for anything later, by the way?
Not that I saw, no. So drop them on him as best as you can.
Oh, get out of the way, get out of the way. Oh, god damn it. Fuck off, Omega.
Damn it. Ursula. Hit me, hit me.
Sadly, I didn't know where you were at first. Crap him.
Not worth the time unless you're gonna die. Because we're all gonna die anyway. Nope, we're dead.
Oh my god.
Woo!
Ugh.
That's spicy.
It's so spicy. Like Nursilla doesn't stand still either.
And you can't trap it. I tried.
I have no doubt in your skills, Hunter.
Okay.
Oh, fire is effective against Nursilla, so switch off to a fire weapon.
I don't have a fire
That makes
weapon.
sense.
Yeah.
Do I have the material to make a fire weapon? That isn't. Where's my wife? Where is my wife? There she is.
Yep.
Can any weapon be my second weapon?
Yes.
Yeah, as long as it's fire.
That's fine.
Anything catch your eye?
Ah, it's not reinforced. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, let's crack a few ancient mysteries.
Cool. So I have my fire weapon to switch over to Nursilla when it happens.
Okay, let's crack a few ancient mysteries.
Fire. And fire.
I'm ready to work.
So I've got one more in me, and then I'm like
Okay, that second
done for the
weapon.
night.
Fair enough.
Come back anytime.
Alright. Sign us up.
You keeping stocked?
Okay. Location list. Quest. Go. Oh. Never mind.
Re-up my potions. Mega Demon.
Okay.
Mega Armor.
This. That one. That one. This one. Okay.
You loading in, Seb?
1 second. I'm just tweaking my build real quick.
Valid. I'm upping my food by making a toasted lettuce wedge with shrimp because that's disgusting. Rude. Okay, cool. Do 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 do.
Yeah, we'll re-up on food here real quick. Oh, right. Let me actually unready real quick. Items.
Okay.
Alright, now we're ready.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Stupid Nursilla. That's all I say. Stupid Nursilla. What? Oh. Bro, why are your fangs out? Stop it. Whenever you're ready, Doc.
And so we go.
You got this.
Once more, with feeling.
This time I won't die as soon as I walk into the fucking arena.
Good to have you.
Goddamn hot drink. Alright, hot drink. Go, and then I can go. Very good. Go, Ocean. Go murder things. Doc, I think you're muted.
Palm motif.
See, I love how it was like, go do Picto stuff. And I'm like, okay. I'm better off not. Like, I want to, it's cool. But this fight is not where I do that with.
It actually really helps this fight a lot.
But
You can
I'm-
deal so much more damage than your natural hit.
Oh, no, Sammy!
You just have.
But Dylan,
What happened to Sevi?
I'm not fast enough. Like, it just takes me forever to figure it out and everything. Like, it's not faster for me. Crap. God damn it.
I'm leaving and attempting to rejoin.
Okay.
Okay. What happened?
I just got temporarily disconnected. I guess my net just flickered for a sec. That's not the
Oh.
first time tonight it's happened.
Tell it no.
Are you loading? Are you loading back in?
Yeah, I'm loading back in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say one of our support hunters just got booted, and I was like, wait, what happened?
It literally said Elisa was leaving and Sevi was joining. It just hadn't loaded Sevi in yet.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to have aggro on the Omega. It's fine.
I don't mind having aggro, but keeping it is very hard.
Fuck off, laser beam! Okay, it didn't hit me. I've gotten good at avoiding it. I just scream. Oh, we're on legs already? Shit, man. I'm okay with that. Oh, fuck. Flip, flip. Oh, no, 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 no.
Well, I screwed that up.
Did you die?
Yep. My cat's gotta get me.
It wasn't me for once!
Wait, what happened?
He boosted.
I what? I whatted?
No, he boosted.
No, but I was down on the ground with no health, and I wouldn't die, quote unquote, and then I thought I was trying to get back up, but then it killed me.
It did that to me before because it's stunned. If you get hit with the white laser, you get stunned. And then it does a second attack, and then the second attack like hits you and you die. So you get stunned with little health, and then you go down to the second attack.
No, I had no health. It wasn't I had little health. I had none. I should have already been dead. That's why I was confused. I was like, shouldn't I already be dead?
It's because of the stun, most likely. Omega, you suck balls. I hate you. Don't come towards me. Don't come towards me. Oh, fuck. Hi, Sevi. Let's hold hands.
Hi. We can be dead together.
Sounds good. Hey, I'm alive. I'm gonna just grab Ocean and pray.
Yada yada. It is good day to be not dead.
Oh my god. Why do you take me to the fucking enemy?
Do you have it set so that your thing takes you to the enemy by default? Or do you have manual controls turned on?
I don't have manual controls.
Because that's probably what you're doing.
It's supposed to just run, and it runs.
Yeah, that's your problem.
Yeah, that's automatic pathing. That's literally its default behavior.
No!
You chose to do that, yes.
No, it should just move.
We turned. Yes, that's not how it works. You either move towards the enemy or you manually move yourself.
Well, that sucks. I have auto on because I get lost and I need it to tell me where to go.
You can toggle auto on, but you don't make that your default.
Let's be real here. This is one of the only fights where this has been an issue. Normally, Butters likes to bring the enemy towards me. Butters is like, oh, you're dead? Hold on. You need an enemy towards you.
What? Get down on the ground, bitch.
Ah! Oh, fuck. Not the laser beam. No. 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 Get me up. 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 I'm up. I'm up. I'm up. Go.
He's leaving.
Cool. I'm gonna just do this. This and then do this, and now I'm gonna get on my secret. Okay. Oh Jesus!
Yeah, you jumped right.
Okay, I'm
into that.
fine. No damage taken. I was in the safe
Nice.
zone.
Ow. That doesn't hurt as bad as I thought it would.
It hurts enough though.
Oh no, absolutely. That's
Yeah,
okay.
I did.
Talk
As long
shit,
as
get
you
hit,
don't.
I guess.
Well, yeah, that's the thing with that.
Okie dokie, Jordan. I'm here until the fight is over, most likely.
He just boosted straight through me.
I'm the only one who hasn't died. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, crap. Oh. Shield. Oh.
No worries.
And I'm dead.
Woo! It wasn't me this time!
I told you. I told you it would be me.
Ha! No deaths! None! That's a win in my book, folks.
Ugh. And on that note, I'm out.
Night night, Duck.
Yeah. I should probably crash for work tomorrow.
Go CPs. I'll probably do one more run just because, you know, I'm a masochist, but
Let's try again after some preparation.
You enjoy.
I will try. I just wanted to see my. There we go. Okay.
You both have a good night.
You too,
You too.
Sammy. So, Remy, next week the 14 part drops. So we'll be doing, or I'll be in 14 and I'll be doing the Monster Hunter stuff. You get, for doing this stuff, you get the cart, you get a minion, and I think outfits or weapons, something like that. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Yes, please do. What was I doing? Talking to my wife.
Yes.
My wife. All right. Let's do an optional assignment. And now we're gonna depart because I don't need to do anything else. So reminder chat, tomorrow their stream most likely 12 to 5. The 12 part is contingent on how long it takes me to get to the doctors, be at the doctors, and get home from the doctors. But I'm thinking 12 to 5. Final Fantasy Tactics. Send help. I forgot to grab my stuff. Boop. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. There we go. Oh, you can set it in general or yummy foods, whichever. Whack, whack, whack. 1, 2, 3, 4, punch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Laser beam, laser beam, laser beam, laser beam. What?
You have to hang on.
Ah!
Someone draws its attention. We're certain to find an opening.
Not good! Fall back!
Not laser beam, yo. Not fun. Not appreciating it. Okay, do this for me, just so I can have... Ooh. Hair appointment. I'd rather, I mean, mine's for the ENT. So, like, it's good, you know, for my allergies, all that good, fantastical stuff. But, like, at the same time, I paid a $60 copay. That sucks balls. Yeah, it is really high. The thing is, knowing I hit my deductible like back in February and I'm still paying like out the ass and copays sucks. Because every time I go to my primary, it's $30. I see this doctor, 60. Like, I thought I was supposed to stop paying the copays when I reached my deductible. Yeah, I wish we had that. Yeah, that's my thing. Like, obviously I'm gonna go because I keep getting sinus infections. Like, this year alone I've had 2. And then, are you leaving? Are you leaving me? You're leaving me, thank goodness. Okay. And like, I've just been having a buttload of sinus issues, so like, I need it. But it doesn't mean I'm not gonna bitch about it. I'm gonna plug my up arrow button is not really doing what I need it to do, and I'm wondering if the controller is just being wonky. Hopefully. Like, again, sinuses, nothing new for me. I've had since I was a kid. But like this year they've gotten really bad. I had a sinus infection that led to vertigo and made me really sick for like a week. And it took me months to get over the vertigo. Damn it. There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. That's my girl, that's my girl. Yeah. It would be nice for like, at the end of the day to be like, yeah, we overcharged you. Here's a bill. I think it's being aggravated, but like, I didn't have her when the second sinus infection happened. I had her when I had the head cold. That got aggravated by my cat allergies, so. And then way, get out of the way, get out of the way. Get off the roof, get off the roof, get off the roof. No, fuck, 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 fuck.
Easy now.
Oh, fuck. Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. Guys, I made it to the killing of the legs, which, you know, was a perk for me. Should be alright, Alpha. The hunter has the same no severe trauma. Oh, I have trauma, alright. It's just not the trauma you're expecting. Ration. And go. Alright. I want to break a shield. They really just don't. But the answer becomes like, why? Why don't they? Because again, I'm having an issue being in air conditioning. Air conditioning is making me highly congested. Why? What, like, because this happened a couple years back, and the answer becomes like, what's the trigger? Omega, I wanted to ride your back like a pony. So if you could just go down and let me ride you like a pony, I will not say no. Also, I would like your leg. Maybe. Like, that's the thing, like, we've never been able to figure it out. And the last doctor I saw for it, when I had an issue, I went to her like weeks. And then she finally just gave me an allergy shot, and it lasted 6 months. And I was like, okay. So I was kind of hoping that they would do the same thing here. We changed the filter. I just changed the filter back at the end of July. And it's supposed to get changed, like, pretty soon. But anything else would have to be, like, ductwork, and that's expensive. Wife, I love you, but I wanted to kill the leg wound. Fuck. I don't even know where to clean them. Because, like, we have the vents, but do I take down the vent guards and do it that way, or... See, that would have been a question for my dad. My dad did ductwork for years. But I can't ask him. Probably ask my stepdad, but... Oh, the laser beam of doom! Laser beam of doom! Laser beam of doom! We're okay. Yeah, remember, when you want to sneak, you must go easy. So when trying to avoid the laser beam, you must scream about laser beam. It's just how things work, you know? Oh, oh, oh! There we go! I got my wound! Suck it, Omega! Eat my stick. I didn't see the second one. Oh my god! Don't stand there! Tough it out. Fuck! I was so proud of myself. I was avoiding like the big shit and... It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. I only have one more turn, but... You do this. You jump on this. I take these. I do this. Drink that. Okay. Yes, this is Omega. Omega is a sentient life that, like, feeds off of the destruction of others. AKA, he's just an asshole.
Don't give up on me yet, Hunter.
I need to know what the sign is for his, like, Nursilla phase. You know what? Let's just say fuck it and just bring out the whoa blades now. Ow, that's my body.
Get clear of it! You have to hang on! Jaunty tune for your stamina.
I haven't dual bladed in so long. I dual blade like this you. There. Laser beam, laser beam. It's an awful thing to be laser. Yep. I'm gonna kick him in his little metal dick. He doesn't have one, but I'm gonna give him one, and then I'm gonna kick it. Because that's just how I be. Alright. Nope, that's not what I want to do. I mean, it is. But I don't have shields. Okay, there we go. Oh, fuck. Ah, fuck. Ah. I'm okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. My XP? Oh, it's for chatting. It's something, the video site does. Ow, I'm on fire. Girl, you can't.
Seems that did the trick.
Alright. Girl, I don't want you walking in the fire. Can we not? No. And now I'm soloing it with one life left. Okay. That's cool. Love that for me. Bitches. Yeah, it has to do with XP. I think it's to make like chatters feel more invited to chat because they get points and they can be like, I've chatted for 300 or 500 or what have you. All right. Well, chat, I'm actually getting offline because it's bedtime for me. But we'll get there. We'll get there. I don't have, if you want a code, this is where you can find it. I had botters slash harassers slash whatever you want to call them, asshole people, just do exclamation Discord just to go in and like spam Discords, which is not what we want. So don't have hot chocolate. So hot chocolate, fun fact, Jordan, most of it does not have caffeine in it, at least the stuff I get, like Swiss Miss, 99% caffeine free. So just saying, not all of it obviously is, but some of it is. All right, we're gonna save, chat, because that is important. Save. All right, though, friends, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I greatly appreciate it. All your love and support has been beautiful. Thank you guys for, you know, making me want to cry. Stop loving me. But friends, I will actually, in fact, see you tomorrow, but I'll be seeing you at a special time, 12 noon Eastern. I will be playing Final Fantasy Tactics, and I will, right? See, here's the thing, Rebby. It's for ENT. Like, it's allergies, it's sinuses, and stuff. I don't want it to be okay. I want a reason as to, like, why the fuck my allergies are just trash 95% of the time. But I don't want it to be an expensive fix. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't tell me I need surgery. Don't like, just be like, oh yeah, we can do XYZ and you'll be great. Like, that's what I want, you know? But I will see you guys tomorrow at noon Eastern. We're playing Final Fantasy Tactics. We're playing from 12 to 5. We'll be here. We'll be chilling out. We'll be vibing. I will probably have a no spoilers open, but I'll probably be open to assistance for the tactics parts. Because if you have learned nothing from when I played Engaged, I'm really bad at tactical games. So, but as always, my friends, make sure you take care of yourself mentally. It is just as important to take care of yourself physically. I do all hope you have a great and wonderful rest of your night and a fantastic day tomorrow. And like I said, I will see you at noon. Go drink water, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow. Till later.